Good morning, guys. So it is Saturday morning. I think it's just a little after 8 o'clock, and my night has been long and my morning is going to be even longer. I work for an elderly lady. She's 80, should be 88 next month, and so I work for her on the weekends, and she's just requiring a lot more care these days. And so I'm gonna miss doing a couple of things today because I just opted to help her because she doesn't really have like family, so it's just kind of hard. And she has like church members, and she just relies heavily on me these days, and which is fine. I've worked for her 7.5 years now, so next year will be like 8 years, and so I feel like she's like my grandmother, so it's hard to say no to her. Like, I could never say no to her. I've never said no to her, so but I do enjoy working for her, and it's it's always like a treat, a blessing to be around her. Very knowledgeable, very intelligent lady. It's just that, you know, she's aging and she just requires more hands-on, and she's talked about going to assisted living, but I think that's kind of a hard I think that's kind of like a hard choice for her to make, because technically, I mean, she's still sound in mind. She's just a little, you know, fragile in some areas, and so I think she wants to be as independent as she possibly can, as long as she possibly can, and who can blame her, you know. And I would hate to see that, but I think even with that being the case, I would probably still work for her in some capacity. It may not be the way that I am now, but I think that that I will, because I could never just be hands off with her. I mean, she's pretty much like a part of my family, and I don't have any grandparents, so it's just really nice to be around someone that reminds me of my grandparents and like my grandmothers, and she's that for me. And she says all the time that you know she doesn't have any grandkids, so she feels like me and my children are her grandkids. And to hear that come from someone her age, and it means a lot, because you know, trusting someone with your care is a big part. It's just a major task, a major obstacle to overcome. And with me working with her for, you know, over 7 years, you know, she trusts me completely, and I would never give her a reason not to trust me. But again, I look at her and I look as if I'm taking care of my grandmother, and how I would want somebody to treat my grandmother if she was in the same situation. So, but I really enjoyed, and sometimes it takes me away from things that I want to do, not really necessarily need to do, but things that I want to do on the weekend. Like today, I was supposed to go to a sorority chapter meeting, but because she needed me today, I just, you know, opted out of not going to my sorority chapter meeting. And to me, this is more important, even though I know I have business to take care of with my sorority, but this is more important because she doesn't have family to take care of her, and not everybody wants to give up their Saturday you know, to work for an agent individual, because it can be challenging at times. But again, I just know what I would want someone to do for my grandmother, and I was in a situation where I relied on individuals to help care for my mom when she was ill. So I just know, I know the situation she's in, and I have to give her much respect in that regard. So, but yeah, so that's how I would spend pretty much half of my Saturday. And I didn't really accomplish a whole lot with school last night because, you know, I was, you know, doing this. So as you guys can tell, I really haven't had much sleep. So hopefully this afternoon I can get some rest. So what I'm doing right now is I am headed to Vitamins Plus. It's like a health food store to pick up some apple cider vinegar with the mother. The lady that I work for, she's very specific in where she purchased things. So even though I probably can get apple cider vinegar with the mother from like Corner Market or Walmart or Winn-Dixie, she just prefers that it comes from Vitamin Plus. And so that's where I'm going, Vitamin Plus, to pick up apple cider vinegar with mother. And then I have to pick up some medications for her and drop off a couple of bills. So I'm hoping they're open. They've moved from one location to another, so I don't think they're open right now. Nope, they're not. No, doesn't look like they're open.
They're not open.
I see they're not open.
Do you need a key to open it?
Yeah, they're not open. There's somebody in there that's working. Looks like they're putting up lights, but they're not open. Okay, so what I'm going to do is call her because she really wanted this back ASAP. And it looks like they don't open until, looks like 9 o'clock.
Can you call them?
Yeah, so let me call her and let her know that.
Mama, do you need a key to